Imagine strolling through the enchanting streets of Paris, the city known for its timeless beauty, only to stumble upon something, or rather, someone, utterly unexpected. Picture this. Amidst the hustle and bustle, a crowd suddenly gathers, whispers ripple through the air, and there he is, BTS's Jin, the very embodiment of worldwide handsome, standing in all his glory at the Samsung Olympic Experience Center. But this wasn't just another celebrity sighting. No, this was a moment that seemed almost too perfect to be real. Jin, dressed in a light striped shirt that complemented his radiant aura, was there, not for a grand event or a high-profile appearance, but simply to sign autographs and share a smile that could light up the entire city. It was as if the stars had aligned just for this moment, and everyone lucky enough to be there was left spellbound. As Jin stood there, casually interacting with the fans, something magical happened. The crowd wasn't just looking at a global superstar, they were witnessing a living work of art. With every autograph he signed, every thumbs up he gave, and every smile that played on his lips, Jin turned a simple visit into a moment that would be cherished forever. His beauty was so surreal, so otherworldly, that even the simplest gesture felt like a blessing. Samsung France couldn't resist sharing this enchanting moment with the world. Their Instagram and X, formerly Twitter, accounts lit up with photos of Jin, his visuals dazzling beyond words. They playfully invited fans to visit the Experience Center with a tantalizing hint. Come to the Samsung Olympic Experience Center on the Champs-Élysées and Place Marigny like Jin. Maybe you can find Jin's hidden autograph? It was more than just an invitation. It was a challenge, a treasure hunt, where the prize was a piece of Jin's magic, and the magic didn't stop there. In one unforgettable moment, Jin's eyes caught sight of a purple keychain. But this wasn't just any keychain, it had a heart engraved on it, and the word Jin, chosen by Jin himself with a machine. As he gazed at it with a mix of pride and wonder, it was clear that this wasn't just an object. It was a symbol of everything Jin represents: love, connection, and the ability to touch hearts worldwide. Samsung Mobile couldn't resist joining in the fun, adding a dash of humor and charm by calling him Worldwide Handsome Jin. The internet predictably went wild. Fans from all corners of the globe couldn't contain their excitement, sharing the post with their own declarations of love and admiration for Jin, whose very presence seemed to make the world a little brighter. But this wasn't just a fleeting moment of fame. Jin's presence in Paris has been nothing short of a phenomenon. Just a few weeks earlier, on France's most significant national holiday, Ballerina Day, Jin had the honor of participating as the first foreign torchbearer in the 2024 Paris Summer Olympics relay. And this wasn't just any relay. It took place at the Louvre Museum, a place steeped in history and grandeur. As Jin carried the torch through this iconic landmark, he wasn't just a participant. He was a symbol of hope, unity, and the power of dreams. The world watched in awe as Jin, the only foreigner among 31 stars, took on this monumental role. France's largest weekly magazine, Paris Match, described him as a true prince who ascended to the throne 235 years after the fall of the French monarchy. It was a statement that resonated deeply, capturing the essence of who Jin is, a modern-day royalty, not by birth, but by the sheer force of his talent, charisma, and the love he inspires in millions. And the recognition didn't stop there. The Associated Press, the largest news agency in the United States, introduced Jin as the torchbearer who captured the most attention, while Billboard highlighted his participation as the #1 thing to look forward to in the 2024 Summer Olympics. Jin wasn't just making headlines, he was making history. But even as Jin's influence continues to grow, there's something profoundly human about him that keeps him grounded. After being named the first global ambassador for the prestigious French jewelry brand Maison Fred, everything associated with him sold out in the blink of an eye. And just days later, when he was announced as the global ambassador for the Italian luxury brand Gucci, the same thing happened. It was as if the world couldn't get enough of Jin, and yet, despite all the fame and adoration, Jin remains the same, humble, genuine, and deeply connected to the people who love him. So what's next for Jin? As we watch him continue to shine on the world stage, one thing is clear: Jin is not just a star. He's a phenomenon, a force of nature, a living legend. And if his recent adventures are anything to go by, the world is in for even more surprises, more unforgettable moments, and more reasons to fall in love with Jin all over again. So stay tuned because with Jin, every day is a new chapter in a story that's just beginning.